What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about stellar lumens today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, you guys, and let's get into it. Stellar hitting at 39 cents right now. If we're looking at it on a daily time frame, I don't mind where you are. I don't think you're going to go below these lows. You could go lower. I don't think you go below these lows, though. From a low to a high, hit your golden ratio, rejecting your 382. Oftentimes, this does indicate that you hit your 786 to your 886 zone. There are a lot of cryptos right now that look like they want to hit their 786. So here you are at 39 cents right now. I suspect XLM, you will probably move down to about 34.7 to 33 cents, somewhere in that zone. Find support at previous areas of support, right? Something like that. It would still be an overall higher low because this is your technical low. So if you were to find support there, that's a higher low, something to build from. Definitely not something to get bearish on. And then, of course, you look at your daily RSI here. I'm assuming, and it's a pretty, I think, decent assumption, that you're not going to see deep readings in the oversold zone. You're probably going to bounce somewhere in this vicinity as you have for basically the last half of a year now. I would assume that you bounce in this area. So a little bit lower to go, but not too much lower is what I would expect, at least with the RSI, and that would agree with the price action too with what we were just calling there. So while it is discouraging, while you're having this immaculate move up, you had your bull flag here, you broke out, I thought too that we were off to the races, man. I thought that was it, going up to $2.20. I thought that was happening there, but here we are turning around, right? And we probably go lower. While that's discouraging, all that does is it puts in a higher low. All that does is it makes these targets, instead of happening here, it makes them happen here. You know what I mean? It just takes a little bit more time. But by the end of February, I very much do expect that XLM will be worth, if not by the end of February, by the end of March, mid-March, I should say, would be worth likely multiple dollars, if not at least $1.54. Okay. So now that we've gotten the short-term stuff out of the way, I think, let's look at the 4-hour real quick. 4-hour kind of looks like it wants to bounce, but only if this one closes green. The hourly looks like it wants to bounce. I don't know. So looking at the hourly, you do have bullish divergence. This could be it, though. This might be the move itself, right? This is your bullish divergence. You move up, and then you start to move down again. So I bet in the short term, by the time most of you watch this, you're probably going to test 39 to 40 cents again. It'll be a lower high, and then you probably degrade from there. Going into the end of the day, going into the beginning of next week, and then we probably find support and start to build. Probably sometime, again, within the next 48 hours, I would suspect you find your low, if not within the next 24 hours. If it takes longer than that, that's okay, but I think in a very short amount of time, you'll find your low. The 1 hour does look rather bearish, but you're at those points where you might start to see things turn around. I just don't think you're there yet. I would anticipate a little bit lower price to go, but if Bitcoin, you guys, if Bitcoin on a 4-hour basis, I know this ribbon's here. I'm going to try and just delete all the ribbons so that it's not so annoying. If on a 4-hour basis, was it this one? Maybe it's this one over here. Low to high. What was it? What's the area? No, it would be that. I can't remember. I want to say if Bitcoin gets above... It's above 101,000. If we can get above 101,000 on a 4-hour closing basis, likely Bitcoin will start to move up, and I think that would halt XLM from moving down too, right? I think the only reason it's dumping right now is because Bitcoin has had a relative dump. I say dump. I don't even want to say a dump because what? That's from a high to a low. It's not even a 10% move, right? It's a pretty weak dump if that's a dump there. But that's why I think XLM's moving. So if Bitcoin can get above 100, if you see Bitcoin on a 4-hour basis getting above $101,000 on a closing 4-hour basis, likely the lower targets that I was just expecting, that I was just explaining for XLM, they don't come. Likely they don't come. Just be aware of that. But at the moment, I am expecting that you do probably go lower. I'm expecting we see prices around, again, I think it was 33 to 36 cents. Let's see. Low to high. 33 to 35 cents, let's say that, okay. And then from there, we'll move up. Let's get a quick measurement on that. High to low here. Yes. 886. Yeah, I very much doubt you go below these lows. I don't believe that at all. It's not nice that you found resistance on the 886 and then you found resistance on the 786. That is not progressive behavior, but as long as you have higher lows, it's fine. What you want to do after you get your higher lows, you definitely want to get above the 786 again. Once you do that, once you get above the 786, which is at, what price is that? That's at about 47.5 cents. To me, that would cement that you're going to $1.54 to $2.20. So you're on your way. Normally, I wait for you to break out of the 886, and I'm sure even back here, I was probably saying this was the area to watch before you see those targets. But now that you have this lower point of resistance, right, it's down here, I would say this is the area to watch. Because my opinion would be, if you're not going to go to a lower low, you're going to find a higher low here, and then you find a higher high here, you break above the 786, likely you're not going to stop here. You're going to your next zone overall, which would take you to, again, $1.54 to $2.18. I want to finish on this note real quick, okay? I'm going to delete the fibs. I'm going to bring it back so that I can just get rid of all those lines. From a high to a low, and this is just based off of my experience, okay? This is something that I learned whenever I started doing technical analysis, and I've carried it with me throughout my whole journey, and 90% of the time, it's true, okay? And that is, whenever you have a high and a low, your overall fib retracement range, and you have your first interaction with the golden ratio like you did here, and you break through it, you cut through it like butter, there's no resistance at all, that brings this zone, the 1272 to the 1618, that makes it dramatically more likely to happen, okay? I already think it's likely to happen because if we look at this on a monthly basis, you're breaking out of a multi-cycle consolidation phase, so I already think it's likely to happen. But you throw the fibs on there, you don't need all of that, right? You can just look at it for the fibs with this very basic kind of understanding that when you tear through the golden ratio like it doesn't exist, but then you find support on it like this, it's just more fuel to the fire, man. You're going to go higher. $1.54 to $2.20 is where I think you're going to go. That makes sense with the measure move of this bull flag. It makes sense with the overall move that you've seen, the growth of stellar lumens. It would outperform the average coin. You're going to go a little bit lower from here, but then it's going to be higher. I suspect you find your low, if not today, if not tomorrow, by midweek of this coming week. And then by the end of this next week, going into this next week, the end of next week, or the following weeks, by the end of February, sometime I would expect that you are above $1.54. If not, sometime mid-March. If it's not by the end of February, it would be by the second week of March that you would be somewhere in the zone. But I think you're low, you're going to find it soon, and you'll start to progress higher as well very soon. So if that sounds good to you, if you like the video, hit the like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I appreciate you all for being here very much. Let's look at the ribbon actually real quick too. Ribbon. Not on a 4-hour basis. Oh, I need the ribbon. Come on now. Yeah, the daily looks fine, man. As long as you can get this daily to not cross down, and I think you will, I think you're fine. This is actually a really kind of bullish setup if you do what I think you're going to do, right? If you come back up from here. But you want to catch it before the cross. So as long as this contracts and you get back above the ribbon, 42.2 cents essentially, that would launch you to higher prices. Mark my words, man. Whenever you start moving up again, it's going to be at a faster pace. It's going to be maybe not as fast as this was, but it's going to be faster than anything we've seen since then. So take care, you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you all for being here. Bye-bye.